The term FIR means First Information Report. It is the first information relating to the commission of a cognizable offence that is formally recorded by the police. Under the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, 2023, BNSS, the provisions relating to registration of an FIR are contained in Section 173. Earlier, these provisions were contained in Section 154 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, 1973. With effect from 1 July 2024, the BNSS replaced the Code of Criminal Procedure, and the corresponding provisions have been renumbered. We are proud to have crossed 1 lakh subscribers and received the YouTube Silver Creator Award. Thank you for your trust and support. Please subscribe free for more legal awareness videos. If you'd like to support the channel, you can become a member for 59 rupees or 119 rupees by scanning the GPay QR code on the screen. Now, let's begin today's topic. Object of an FIR. The primary object of an FIR is to inform the police that a cognizable offence appears to have been committed. Once an FIR is registered, the police acquire the statutory authority to commence investigation in accordance with law. Thus, an FIR marks the beginning of the criminal investigation process. However, an FIR is not substantive evidence by itself. It is merely the document that sets the criminal law into motion and records the earliest version of the occurrence reported to the police. What is a cognizable offence? Before understanding an FIR, we must understand the meaning of a cognizable offence. A cognizable offence is one in which the police have the legal authority to register an FIR and investigate the offence without obtaining prior permission from a magistrate. Generally, such offences are serious in nature. Examples include murder, rape, kidnapping, robbery, dacoity, serious cheating, criminal breach of trust in appropriate cases, certain offences involving forgery, acid attack, terrorism, human trafficking. Since these offences have a serious impact on society, the law permits immediate police action. What is a complaint? Now let us understand the meaning of a complaint. Under the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, 2023, a complaint means an allegation made orally or in writing before a magistrate, with a view to the magistrate taking action against a person who is alleged to have committed an offence. The law also specifically provides that a police report is not a complaint. This distinction is extremely important because an FIR and a complaint initiate criminal proceedings through different legal mechanisms. Simple meaning of a complaint. Suppose someone cheats you. Instead of approaching the police, you directly approach the magistrate. You file an application requesting the court to take legal action against the alleged offender. That application is called a complaint. The magistrate then considers whether sufficient grounds exist to proceed in accordance with law. Does every police complaint become an FIR? The answer is absolutely not. This is one of the biggest misconceptions among the general public. Many people submit a written application to the police and assume that an FIR has automatically been registered. That assumption is legally incorrect. The police first examine whether the information received discloses the commission of a cognizable offence. If it does, the law generally requires registration of an FIR in accordance with Section 173 BNSS, subject to the limited situations where the BNSS permits a preliminary inquiry. If the information relates only to a non-cognizable offence, the police follow the procedure prescribed under the BNSS for such offences. Therefore, every FIR originates from information. But every information or complaint does not become an FIR. Who registers an FIR? Only a police officer authorized under law can register an FIR. A private individual cannot prepare or register an FIR himself. The information is recorded by the police in the prescribed manner. The informant has the right to have the contents read over, verify their correctness, and receive a copy of the FIR free of cost. Who can file a complaint? A complaint may be filed, depending upon the facts and the applicable law, by the victim, A relative. A witness. Any person having knowledge of the offence, where the law permits, or, in certain cases, a public servant or another person authorized by law. The complaint is presented before the competent magistrate having jurisdiction over the matter. When should you approach the police for an FIR? Ordinarily, where a cognizable offence has been committed and immediate police investigation is necessary, the proper course is to approach the police for registration of an FIR. Examples include murder, attempt to murder, kidnapping, rape, robbery, dacoity, serious financial fraud, certain serious cyber offences. In such cases, prompt police investigation is essential for preservation of evidence and protection of legal rights. When should you file a complaint before the magistrate? In certain situations, approaching the magistrate by filing a complaint may be the appropriate legal remedy. For example, where the police fail to take action in accordance with law, where the law provides for a complaint before the magistrate, where judicial intervention is more appropriate in the facts of the case. Upon receiving the complaint, the magistrate may proceed in accordance with the provisions of the BNSS, including examining the complainant, considering the material produced, directing further action where legally permissible, or issuing process if sufficient grounds exist. Thus, a complaint case is a judicial proceeding initiated before the court, whereas an FIR ordinarily initiates a police investigation. Transition to Part 2. Now that we understand the basic concepts of an FIR and a complaint, several practical questions arise. What happens after an FIR is registered? How does a complaint case proceed before the magistrate? What are the major procedural differences between an FIR case and a complaint case? Stay tuned. In Part 2, the next video, we'll explain all these important questions in detail and help you understand the law step by step.